Welcome. Welcome back to another breakdown of your relationships, yourself, some of the experiences that you have, some of the misunderstandings that you all have with women in your relationships. I was talking to one of my guys the other day, and he mentioned, we was just chopping it up on what we see on the internet when it comes to female conversation, focus, and behavior. And he came to the conclusion that it is a lot of arrested development going on with our women. What is arrested development? Well, arrested development, in my opinion, it is when you are hindered from developing or maturing due to toxic or destructive behaviors. What we tend to see on this internet is that women pretty much have not been held to any type of standard or has pushed the envelope forward past getting the bag, looking like a bad bitch, entertaining gossip, meaningless conversation. You see the behavior of a 20-year-old woman and a 40-year-old woman, you would not be able to tell the difference in who's the older or who's the elder. Even you look to women posting videos of fighting. Ignorance. And now I'm in the process into which if I see anyone, whether it be male or female, sharing any type of ignorance, I remove them from my social media. Because why are you posting fight videos? Why are you posting such ignorance? And I know we're in the same age bracket. If not, you may be my elder. Arrested development with women is basically an identity crisis. If you think about how women, again, are conditioned and programmed versus boys, women are treated like precious pets. They're not held to any type of disciplinary standard. They're not held to any kind of type of moral fiber, or they don't get any rules, policies, and punishments for going outside of those rules. They get to say and do, and they get excused for what they do and say. You see the recent cases with the attorney running over four people. I heard voices in my head. You saw the OnlyFans white woman who stabbed her boyfriend. Or I saw demons. I heard demons telling me to do it. No. So when they, after a certain age, after they start getting the attention of men, they start getting the catering attention, the protection, the provision from men. And then on the other end, they get the sexual attention to where men acquiesce to them and do and say anything to get in the panties. The women starts to think she's won. She's the one now. This is where you see the women get the ego. You see this in a lot of cases with women in high school. Little girls, they start to get the big head because at this point, I've gotten so much attention, I know I'm the shit. And no one can tell me different. Just look at the love letters I used to get. Look at the dates that I used to get asked out on. Now you can tell from the social media inbox, these women are getting so much attention that why would the burden or performance affect me in any way when these men are offering me the world? They're offering me everything a man has to work for. A certain lifestyle, a certain experience. We have to work for those. We have to work to, go out of town and go to Miami and, go to the All-Star Week. We got to work to do that. Women get invited. They can just show up. So they no longer feel the need to develop because no one challenges them to develop. No one holds them accountable to any type of behavior that they exhibit. So they're not going to look to mature. Let me see how I can be a better woman. Why would they look to change when you betas are offering them the world for nothing? You're offering them everything in the world for zero cost, for nothing other than their modified beauty. And I was on, shout out Platinum Elite. I was on his stream the other day. And then when this guy on there, I guess he doing well. He's balling. He was talking about he had six women in rotation outside of his main thing. And it was the conversation about being a trick. He stated that, he had six women and all of them, got their own thing going. And, the men in the comments and in the stream on the panel were questioning why would he feel the need to pay a woman if he's already has money. And he was like, to a boss, it sounds pretty good. Some guys get to a financial situation and they bottom feed. See, this is where you can kind of poke holes and you can kind of see the underbelly of a trick's logic. So he said, well, I make so much money that the little crumbs that I do give away, it doesn't affect me. So one would ask, well, if you have done the work and you've making so much money, you increase your value so much to the point to where you can do this, that kind of speaks to the caliber of the women that you're dealing with, that crumbs would entice. So you're to the level to where you can reach back, that couple of hundred, that 1,000, 2,000, that's nothing to me, but that keeps them around. So it's twofold. One would ask, what type of women would just accept the crumbs that you're giving? Because you're not splurging too much with six and a main, plus yourself. So one would ask, what type of women would be okay with being number 6, number 5, etc., and accepting crumbs. The other would ask, if you're such a baller or a boss, wouldn't a woman just want to fuck you off the strength? See, that's another level that a lot of men won't reach, because power and charisma is like bullets and guns. It's like bullets and guns and grenades. It's like that's a powerful combo. That's like Pippen and Jordan. It's all, you already a fool. You got MJ. You throw Pippen in the mix, you have a unbeatable team. So the charisma from being a top-notch boss is that women want to pay you to come fuck with you. And also, if you raise your value to such a level that you get very selective, the higher you go up, the less women you deal with, because you must ask yourself, what type of women qualify for me? What caliber of women really qualify for me? That is the question that would be asked. So being a trick, again, is equivalent to, or it's going to speak to the top 5 things or top 5 ways to fail in your relationships. Everything I just said is pretty much going to translate over. Number 1, going 50-50 with your chick. Now, we're going to break down this 50-50 dynamic, because what you need to understand as a man, how your woman interprets the 50-50 conversation. Let's talk about that. See, one would think that she's only speaking about bills. She's only speaking from a paying the bills standpoint. Well, the bills come in a lot of different things. You got the hotel bill, the Airbnb bill, the dinner bill, and then you have the bills that speak to your living arrangements, your vehicles, insurance. When a woman says she doesn't want to go 50-50, she's saying she doesn't want to pay anything. Again, but you must understand, this is for the beta that will suit. This is not for the one that she truly desires. The one that she truly desires doesn't have to do anything but exist. I've seen a woman post earlier today, and she's in her 40s, talking about the best D come from guys that you have to pick up who don't work, and all of this bummy type guys. And she's amening this, meaning she deals with nothing as guys. So the guys that she truly desires, there is no social construct that will suit or outdo natural desire. This is why you must continue to work on yourself. This is for the guys who are seeking relationships. If you're purple or whatever, you want your relationship to work, you must be dominant in all ways. There cannot be any weakness in your profile, if that makes sense. In her mind. Again, this is in her mind. So when she speaks to going 50-50, she's talking about paying anything. She doesn't want to spend a dime for you guys that will just do. Also, the next thing is over validation. Over validating her and the relationship. Well, one would ask, well, how do you over validate her or her relationship? Well, you over validate her by putting her before all of your priorities. On your priority list, she's number one. No, you're going to fail because women want to be in pursuit. That's how you have their undivided attention. If you're giving her your attention, she's getting more attention from other places as well. It's hard for a woman to get attention when she's the one giving it. This is why you have those women, the very rare that do not cheat on their men, the very few that hold their men down, the very few that desire their men, they're the most happiest because they're giving the attention to what they're invested in from all levels, from an emotional level, from a physical attraction level, from a mental level. He checks all the boxes. So you over validate when you put her in this is my wife. You're constantly seeking her approval for doing something that benefits her only. I got my wife some flowers. I just got my wife a car, but I know I really can't afford it, but I got it to make her happy. You're putting her happiness above yours. You're putting the relationship. That's the most important thing in your life is her in the relationship. You're going to fail. You're going to fail. Sex. And this is in no order, but your sexual experiences with your women, they hold more weight than one would give credit to or one would want to acknowledge. Women are sexual beings. They were meant here to be helpmeets and they're to provide men pleasure, to be appealing for a man who is out in the world creating it in his image, creating it in his vision for his benefit. So your woman's sexual appetite is all going to be contingent upon her environment, where she is, what places she consistently puts herself. If she's in the club every week, I mean, let's say rocket scientist. She's a nun. She's in the club every week, wearing the tightest outfit she can find on the internet, buying them 2 sizes too small. She's constantly taking photos of herself, making sure you see the pussy print in the car. We know all of the angles and the tricks and shit. She's in the stories on TikTok dancing. She's never danced a day in her life, but all of a sudden, she's now a dancing machine. She's now a dancing machine now, but you never seen her dance a day in her life. You must understand what that means. She's seeking attention. And women that are not pleased sexually, they usually will seek attention. And you will know this. If your woman is seeking attention, you're not pleasing her sexually. You're not pleasing her sexually. That's number 3. Like I said, this is just a quick rundown. Number 2, losing your physical appeal, your confidence, your build. You will age, you may get some gray hair, but you want to maintain, if not increase or improve your physique. Losing yourself, gaining weight, losing who you are and what attracted her to you, you're going to fail. She will only fake it for so long. She will only fake the orgasms for so long, fake the affection and the attraction for so long before she says, this is it. I'm going to leave now and take a little change from you in the process. Losing your physical appeal. You will lose. Do not lose yourself within your relationship. Do not do that. So I think that is for number one, money mismanagement. You do not know how to use your money to benefit you both. You do it and it squanders, because what a woman will notice, she looks at how you spend and she looks at how you make money. If you're not using, because money is a tool. You make money, you use that to make more money. You use that money to make more money. So you have to know how to manage your money and where to put it. If she sees you're not doing anything with the money, she doesn't feel that her future is bright with you, because there are no seeds being planted to show the future. There's no signs of evidence that you are going to improve your future. Now, out of necessity, if a woman, depending on her self-esteem level, it's different levels. This is for the guys who want the baddies, you want the creme de la creme. These women will always have options. And if you start to not look and appeal or appear to be the top option, that is when she will seek out other options. So let's do the run back. Over validating her in the relationship, going 50-50, mismanaging money, not pleasing her sexually, and losing your physical appeal. Top 5 ways to fail in your relationships. But I did want to touch on the Arrested Development. Like I said, I may do a whole breakdown, but I did want to mention it because, like I said, I was speaking with one of my guys and he brought it up. But let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, comment, subscribe. It's the Date Master.